Assalamualaikum and good morning. Okay, for today our focus is about writing a formal letter. Surat rasmi, menulis surat rasmi. So obviously our focus skill for today is writing skill. Okay, look at our lesson objective. By the end of this lesson, pupils should be able to write a formal letter. We have 3 success criteria. 1. I can identify the format of formal letter. Before this, you have done exercises on the format of formal letter. But today, I will explain to you so that you know more about the format of formal letter. 2. I could plan to write a formal letter with guidance with my partner. Okay, today's work will be a pair work. Okay, you plan. Before you write, you plan first. Merancang dulu. Okay, 3. I can write a formal letter with my partner. Okay, barulah awak tulis. You plan first and then you write. In writing a letter, we have formal letter and informal letter. Surat rasmi dan surat tidak rasmi. Okay, for formal letter, it is written in formal language, has specific feature and layout, written for non-personal reasons. For example, to seek permission, mohon kebenaran, to complain, untuk buat aduan, or to apply for jobs, untuk memohon kerja. For informal letter, it is written in informal language and it has a simple layout, and for informal letter is written for personal reasons to friends, families and many more. The difference between formal letter and informal letter is formal letter we use for more professional purposes. Okay, surat tak rasmi. Okay, informal letter kita guna kita nak tulis surat kepada ahli keluarga, kawan-kawan, sahabat pena dan sebagainya. Tapi untuk tujuan rasmi, benda yang bukan bersifat peribadi, okay, you use formal letter. So we will focus on formal letter for today. Let's look at the format for formal letter. So we begin with writing sender's address, alamat pengirim. Okay, it means your address. Okay, date, the date in which the letter is written. Receiver's address, alamat penerima. Salutation, kata aduan. Subject, body, maksudnya isi kandungan. Complimentary closure, signature, sender's name. Okay, so that you won't be confused, let me show you. Okay, this is how a formal letter should be written. Inilah format dia, inilah layout dia. Okay, beza dia, for informal letter kita tak tulis dua-dua alamat, tapi untuk formal letter kita letak sender's address dan kita masukkan juga receiver's address. So before we move on, let's look at a reinforcement activity This is just to help you refresh your memory. Rearrange the information below to form a formal letter. Look at the information given. You have done this in your previous assignment. What should you do when you want to rearrange? First, you need to identify what are those. For example, you have 2 addresses. Ada 2 alamat. So you need to identify which one is the sender's address, which one is the receiver's address. So you label them. Okay, after you know, and then you can arrange them. Okay, you label them. So then after you arrange, it will become like this. It will become a complete formal letter. So I hope you can get a clear picture of the format of formal letter. Okay, this is your assignment. This is our exercise for today. Please discuss with your partner before you start writing your answer. The counseling club is planning to visit Setia Kasih, the home for the elderly. Ask the secretary of counseling club, write a letter to request permission from the officer in charge to visit the home. Some of the information have been provided for you. So, you will be the secretary of counseling club. Okay, if you look on the right side, okay, you have the letter. Okay, that is what you need to complete. So, I already given you half of the sender's address. I give you the date. Receiver's address is already there. So you need to include the salutation, and okay, then you already have the subject. The subject is permission to visit Setia Kasih, and then you have to plan and write the body, which is the content of your letter. Then you have to write complimentary closure, and lastly, name. So, let me explain to you steps in writing a formal letter. Okay, this is the format of formal letter that we have seen just now. Kita dah tengok tadi. Ini adalah format dia. Okay, this is the format. First, you need to identify the subject. Sebelum mula menulis, you have to plan. Okay, rancang dulu. You have to plan before you write. So, during your planning session, masa tengah merancang, okay, this is what you should do. You identify the subject. Okay, the subject is usually the main reason you are writing the letter. Apa tujuan awak tulis? Surat ni bertujuan untuk apa? So, make sure each word starts with a capital letter. Okay, setiap contohnya to ask permission to visit Setia Kasih. So P, capital P, capital V, capital S, capital K. Okay, the subject is underlined. Actually, if you refer in the textbook, the subject is not underlined. But okay, the proper way to write the subject is to underline the subject. Okay, gariskan. Okay, kalau kita nak tulis surat rasmi di ruangan subjek, kita gariskan. Okay, next, you choose proper salutation. If you don't know who you are writing to, whether it's a he or she, you may use Dear Sir / Miss Mr/Madam. Okay, kalau awak guna Dear Sir, Miss, Madam, tak ada masalah. Contohnya kita nak tulis surat, kita tak pasti orang yang akan terima surat kita ni lelaki ke, perempuan ke. So, it is possible to write like this. If you already know that you are writing a letter to a male, okay, lelaki, you use Dear Sir or Dear Mr. Or kalau yang ada pangkat, you use Dear Datuk, Dear Tan Sri. Okay. Next, date and receiver's address. The date of the letter must be earlier than the date of the visit. Tarikh kita tulis surat mestilah lagi awal berbanding tarikh kita nak melawat. Why? Because the reason you are writing this letter is to ask permission. Awak nak minta kebenaran. Takkan minta kebenaran selepas dah lawat. Mestilah sebelum. Okay? Before the visit, you have to ask permission. So, of course, you have to write the letter first before the visit. Complimentary closure. So, here are some examples of complimentary closure. We have yours faithfully, sincerely yours, cordially yours truly, respectfully. Okay, you have to remember, for complimentary closure, please put a comma after the closure. Okay, if you look at the examples, kat belakang tu ada comma. So, don't be confused and write full stop or tak letak langsung. Sender's name. The name of the writer. Usually, the writer for formal letter is the secretary, setiausaha. Selalunya untuk apa-apa, kalau kata persatuan, kelab, mana-mana organisasi, usually the writer is the secretary, setiausaha. So, letak nama, bawah tu nak letak jawatan pun boleh, tapi tak letak pun tak apa. Okay, according to the textbook, you just have to write the sender's name. So, tulislah nama. Kalau nama Abu bin Jamil, letaklah nama Abu bin Jamil. Kalau nama Yusuf Tayyub bin Kamal, letaklah Yusuf Tayyub bin Kamal. Okay. So, then after you plan, okay, you have plan, you identify what you need to write, you organize and start writing your letter. Okay, start writing your letter. Make sure you use the proper format and check your spelling and sentence construction. Okay, dah kumpul maklumat yang penting tadi, apa yang awak nak kena masukkan, susun. Sender's address, tarikh, okay, date, receiver's address, salutation, subject, and then your content lah, body, complimentary closure, signature, sender's name. Okay, for body, it is recommended to write in 3 paragraphs. Okay, in 3 paragraphs. Okay, good luck, and I hope you can complete today's assignment.